Hi everyone, welcome to Amateur Decorating Like a Pro. I am Catherine.
Now, over a year ago, I purchased this oilless air compressor from Harbor Freight. No, this is not a sponsored ad, but I recently got all of the parts and began to use it during my furniture transformation series. And I'm so amazed at how easy it is to use. Now, the sound of it was an adjustment to me. It sounds like a small lawnmower, but I really do like the result. So I decided to share it with you based on some of your comments about your fears in using one, and hopefully I can encourage you to do the same.
Now, on the side of your compressor, you're going to have quick instructions on how to use it. And this is what fascinated me. It tells you exactly what to do. Attach the quick coupler, and that's this little darling right here. As a matter of fact, you're going to need two of them. One is here, and one goes to the end of your hose, which is also another part that you're going to have. So this is a coupler, it's going to go here, and then there's also one that is here that's attached to the actual unit. So that's step one. Step two, you're going to adjust the regulator knob. The regulator knob is right here, and I'm going to show you how to do that by turning it on and turning it off. The next step is to close the drain valve, and that's at the very bottom. I'm going to pick it up so you can see this little knob here on the very bottom. You see that? Right there on the very bottom.
When your unit is in use, you are developing moisture inside of the tank. So you want to definitely keep this valve closed. And when the unit is not in use, you want to open it up so that the unit dries out. Now, moisture can cause your tank to rust on the inside, so you definitely want to open the valve after you finish using it.
But this is very easy to operate. I had to get accustomed to the sounds of it because it is pretty loud, but other than that, it really is easy to manage. So let's start out with attaching the coupler. And step one, you have one that's attached directly to the compressor. Now this is my stapler. This is the actual one that I have. It's the Pneumatic, and it is a 20 gauge wide. This is the one that I use to do my upholstery. I love it. It's lightweight. And
now, a small plastic bottle of oil and 2 small Allen wrenches are included.
Placed a few drops of oil right here before I got started. And the other thing I wanted to remind you of is to make sure that you have that safety latch on when you have to refill it with staples during the working process. This is an upside down loading. The instructions on this is so weird. The instructions say turn stapler upside down, and nobody seems to understand what that means, and neither did I, but this is the best way to show you how to do it. To release your gun right here, you want to pull, and this allows this to slide open for you. And now you just want to insert your staples like so. Those are right inside. There's some longer ones in there also. I don't want a mixture of them. I just want to have one kind on this project. We'll go ahead and put those in and pop it back in and raise this handle right here, and it locks it in. According to your instructions, you want to attach your coupler, follow those very carefully, stick it on there. Okay, that's done. Right here, this little knob, so you can control the direction that that little puff of air comes. If you're stapling downward, it's gonna blow to your face. So I kind of re-angle it so you see this little opening here. This blows it away from me, so this puff of air isn't coming in my face, and that's the best way. It was here, but I turned it this way, and I love it on this side. So now that you've done that, you want to go ahead, lean it over,
and tightly close the drain valve. That little black knob there is a regulator knob. That's going to control how much air pressure is going into your stapler gun. You want to turn it counterclockwise. Do this before you turn the unit on to fill the tank. Now, this little gauge here on the right that has the brass ring on it, so to speak, well, that one is there to measure out the amount of pressure inside of the tank. Now, I'm just a consumer. I am not an expert on compressors and staplers, but I do want to let you know something. Here's a trick. When you buy yours, go ahead and tell them to assemble it right there at Harbor Freight. That's what they did for me, and I'm really glad that they did. Press the button. Yep, that's the sound that I am hearing when I'm doing upholstery, but you don't when I edit the sound out. And when you turn the unit on, the gauge dial on the left does not move. The one on the right is going to move. It'll tell you how much pressure you are building up inside of the tank. Now, I'm building up pressure in the tank. Notice the gauge on the right-hand side. It is moving. And like I said, it can go up to 180, but it shuts off when it gets to around about 100. This is a small unit.
And once I got accustomed to that sound, I was okay. But remember, this is a regulator part.
Now turn the black regulator knob until the gauge hits about 60, the one on the left-hand side. And once it hits that, then turn the little knob above the regulator knob, that's that little skinny black one, turn that one until you lock it in place above the regulator knob. In other words, this holds it at cruise control for the airflow. I operate at about 60 for my upholstery projects.
And I lock it in with the second dial, saying stop. So remember, this is how much is in the tank, and this is my cruise control right here.
As you can see, I play it safe. I have safety glasses and gloves. Place the stapler on top of whatever it is you're trying to staple and gently press the trigger. Now the unit switches on and off automatically while you're stapling. When you're done, immediately unplug the unit and open the drain valve on the bottom. And as you can see, there is moisture inside of the tank.
You might see a little bit of water come out.
Next, pull that brass ring right there on the right and release the rest of the pressure inside the tank. As I mentioned earlier, I purchased my compressor about a year ago, so it was a little bit cheaper. So I'm just going to go over all of the supplies with you. Staples. I've heard that people can't find them at Harbor Freight. I have no problem. Mine is brand new, and I go between two of them at least once a week. I also purchased the Arrow staples at Lowe's. The majority of the time, I am using the 3/8 of an inch staples, but you can use the 1/2 inch. Also, consider the thickness of your fabric. I have the hot dog style compressor. When I got mine, it was an extra 20% off. I had this coupon with me, and my stapler is a 20 gauge that you saw earlier, top right hand corner. It was $21.99, and of course I got the extra 20% off when I purchased it as well. You'll need your couplers, and as you can see here, male and female, 20% off is what I paid. And lastly, I needed the hose. And once again, my friends and family, this is not a sponsored ad. I just wanted to be able to share with you how I came to use the compressor with comfort and with ease. And I'm really, really enjoying it, especially considering how much work I've got to get done and how much money I want to save by doing it myself. So if you're not a subscriber, I hope you will consider doing so. And I hope you'll follow up and check out all of the other videos associated with the Furniture Transformation series. And remember to turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. I'm still working hard in my hot garage. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, stay in prayer and stay creative.